Hello from the Bureau of Meteorology with an update on the weather conditions associated with ex-tropical cyclone Debbie. The good news is that the rain associated with the system has now eased, but of course many people in Queensland and New South Wales continue to be affected by the flood conditions, and we urge you to continue checking regularly for warnings and also follow advice from emergency services during this time. And yesterday we saw ex-tropical cyclone Debbie track south, and it dragged an abundance of tropical moisture south with it. It also interacted with a strong upper level trough that moved up from the south of the continent, and the trough really encouraged upwards forcing of the very humid air, which resulted in the significant rain and thunderstorm activity that we saw develop over the southeast parts of Queensland and northeast New South Wales. And to 9 a.m. this morning, falls in southeast Queensland ranged from between 150 and 250 millimetres, but in fact there was some significantly higher falls recorded around the Gold Coast hinterland, and the highest of those was 780 millimetres recorded on Thursday between midnight and midnight at Upper Springbrook. But also in New South Wales to 9 a.m. today, falls of around 350 to 500 millimetres were recorded in the far northeast parts, and that saw some long-standing daily records be broken. Many rivers have been and continue to be in major flood today, and this morning record major flood levels were reached at Beaudesert on the Logan River, and in northeast New South Wales the Tweed River peaked at 4:30 a.m. this morning at or at similar heights to the levels recorded in 1954. And as we've seen over the last 24 hours, rivers on the eastern side of the Great Dividing Range here do tend to respond very quickly to heavy rainfall. But then the water also tends to move through the systems quite quickly, so we do expect to see an easing trend in the flooding across the weekend. Severe weather warnings have been in place today for damaging winds, but those winds are beginning to ease this evening as ex-tropical cyclone Debbie, which has been sitting off the coast as a low pressure system today, begins to move away from the mainland. The dangerous surf conditions are likely to continue to affect parts of the northeast New South Wales coast during Saturday, and rough conditions will also be felt along the southeast Queensland coast, so take care if you're in these regions. Now, as I mentioned, the system will start to move away across the weekend, but what that does is increases the risk to Lord Howe Island. So Lord Howe from this afternoon or this evening can expect to start to receive very heavy rainfall leading to flash flooding and also those damaging winds, and that's expected to continue right across the weekend with the system being very slow moving in the region. So our forecasters will continue to work around the clock to bring you updates via the media and social media, but of course checking the Bureau's website and app for the latest forecast and warning information remains the best way to ensure that you're up to date with all that's happening across the weekend.